Alright, I'm going to show you how to use one of these spill-free funnel right here. So, what you do is it comes with different inserts here. These are for older vehicles, so you have different caps here. So you use one of these, you put that in there, it sits nicely in there, and you put this on top, and you tighten this down to form a nice seal with the rubber. Then you just pop this in. With that rubber seal at the bottom. Now you fill this up, and this is a stopper. So once you're done, all the bubbles are out. You could go ahead and lower this in here and stop it, and let the engine cool down, and you can just take this off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Fill this up. So I had some beans for lunch, so I'm a little gassy.
Taco Bell.
Oh.
Careful of kickback.
Yeah, don't have your mouth open while you're doing this.
Ensure you wear goggles.
So now start the car and have some distilled water handy.
When started, man, you have the keys in there?
Wait till the thermostat opens, and you're going to see all this come out. Yeah, you go ahead and start it.
Open. You see the air bubbles coming. Make sure you check for leaks so you're not wasting all your antifreeze.
Also put the heater full blast on. You might want to double check to make sure that you're not overheating, just in case there's cavitation in the water pump, some air. Also, what you can also do is jack up the side of the car where the radiator cap is to be higher level, so all the air comes up this way. That's another trick you could do. Now we're just going to wait till the thermostat opens. Down there. One trick is to have your hand on the radiator hose coming out of the water pump where the thermostat housing is, and if it feels warm, that means your thermostat opened up. Because right now, the thermostat closed, it's just circulating the coolant inside the motor.
They'll find the video of us like Blair Witch Project.
See, he's revving the engine up. Let the coolant circulate through the motor.
So we just shut, the car is warm, the thermostat open because the lower radiator hose on this car warmed up. And now we're just filling it up with some distilled water. We're burping the engine.
You got to make sure you don't let this dry because it'll suck air.
Yeah. And make sure also you have water in your
recovery tank,
your overflow tank. I'm just going to let it bubble for a little bit. Alright, so there's no pressure in the system, so you could just go ahead and close this.
Have your assistant.
Have your assistant, your lovely assistant with a leather jacket and manly hands, pull it up,
lift out,
and you could put the rest in the recovery tank, or you could put it back in the antifreeze container.
Do it.
Yeah. And that's it. Alright, now the next thing you should do, once you filled it up with the antifreeze using a spill-free funnel, is drive the car around a couple days. Then in the morning when the car's cold, don't start it up and take your radiator cap off. And as you can see here, it's a little low. So this is just to make sure that all the air is out of the system to prevent any water pump cavitation or if you have any heating issues. So now just fill it back up all the way up with distilled water, and let it go down, and just put the cap back on, and you're set. Alright guys, now that you saw me demonstrate how to use the spill-free funnel on my front-wheel drive regular car, now I'm going to show you how to do it on a Camaro or on a regular V8 like an old type of muscle car like this. The kit comes with different adapters here, like I showed you before. So what you do is, it's pretty simple. You take your cap off, and those of you that don't know, you're supposed to push this cap down and move it under these tabs and then pull it out. Anyway, so you pick the actual adapter here that mates to the surface over here, the lip, and this one is a little bit on the small side. I don't know if you could see that. So I think it's this one here. Actually, wrong one. It should be this one. Okay, so you got a pretty good fit in here. I don't know how well you could see that. Maybe if I go out a little bit. See, it sits nice and flush. And some people might ask, if you do this, won't air go into the system from the recovery tank hose over here? No, because you're sealing this rubber on the lip over here, and that's the hole for the recovery tank. So you're pretty much bypassing it. Then you find the cap over here that fits over it. In this case, it's this. And as you can see, it looks like the old cap. So you just put that on there, you press down and you tighten it. Make sure the tabs go under here. There's like a little lip here, they have to go under and they sit. And you could also put this little adapter that comes with the kit, and you put that like this. Sorry about that. Hold on a second. You put that like that, then you put the spill-free funnel on top. Alright. I also want to mention, when you dispose of the antifreeze, make sure you do it correctly. I know AutoZone, I think, takes it, and any other parts stores or mechanic shops you can also bring it to. Also, some race cars, what they do is the highest point of the cooling system, sometimes the radiator is in a weird spot, somewhere real low. So you don't want to actually be filling this at the low spot under there. You want the highest spot to fill it. So if you have like a race car or something like that, the best thing to do is to get the highest spot, usually the upper radiator hose. You cut it and you put one of those filling tubes in there. That's for your race car guys, but it's another way to do it. One last final thing I want to mention is certain cars have bleeder screws on them. So when you're bleeding a system, say when you have the spill-free funnel on and the motor's running, loosen those screws. They're usually on the highest point of the cooling system, especially they're connected in hoses, like on metal tubes. You see like they look like little screws on them. So what you do is you loosen them up, and as the system starts to bleed, as the motor's running, air comes out of them. Then after a while, once all the air's bled, then antifreeze starts to spill out. Once antifreeze starts to spill out, you could go ahead and close those and continue bleeding the system. So that's another thing to look out for, and certain cars have them, certain cars don't. So that's how you use a spill-free funnel. And if you want to learn how to flush your radiator, just check out my channel for that video. So subscribe to my channel. It's free to subscribe. You know you want to. Just check the box underneath. And while you're down there, you can share me to whoever you want. There's plenty of cloud to go around. Don't forget to like me also. Toodles!